would. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Show all members are present. If there is anybody from the public that wants to make a comment to the board, they will need to go over to the table and read the script and fill out the form to make a public comment. At the end, we will reserve about 30 minutes for public comments, but you will only get 3 minutes to speak on your topic. The board will not respond unless the chair allows it. Okay. Need a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Okay, introduction of new hire to the board. We don't, we have one, but didn't make the agenda, so.
Oh,
Go
all right.
ahead.
Well, I'm very happy and proud to announce that this is Owen Catlett,
Owen?
who began yesterday in the auditor's office as a real estate specialist. So he has just taken to our office like a duck to water. I don't know if that's an appropriate phrase, but anyway, is working very hard with Brad, learning all of the lingo of real estate transactions. And we're really excited to have him on board and have him join our team.
Welcome, Owen.
Welcome, Owen. You want to give us a little background?
I very recently graduated from the University of Florida. I was a double major history and political science, and I had 2 minors in real estate and business administration. I worked for quite a while before that. I worked for the Department of Interior for over a year in contracts and acquisitions. So I mostly worked with the national parks, but we were a shared services agency. So it was grants and different contracts, just across the board, just different jurisdictions. And before that, I was in management for quite a while with Jimmy John. So I was like general management. So I did the hiring, firing, payroll, HR, things like for about 3 years when I was in college. So that was most of my working.
Cool.
So are you from here then?
I am originally from Bellevue.
Okay, I was gonna say, from Florida to
Yeah.
here, you made a different choice and,
My family's in Council Bluffs and Bellevue.
oh, is that right? Okay, well, good. Good, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Forward to working with you.
I don't know that this is technically a hire, but I'll at least introduce her.
Okay.
I have Christy Leonard. She's a law school intern, has been working with us this summer. Christy's at Creighton. She'll be starting her last year of law school. And I mean, we frequently get law students that want to come and intern in our office. Christy's actually the first intern I've ever had that was requesting the civil division. So I've had juvenile interns, I've had a lot of criminal interns. I never have actually had a civil intern. And so she's worked on some, I think some good projects for us over the summer, and hopefully got a good sampling of that side. And I've been happy enough having her there that I've reached out to Creighton and said, send me more. So I'm hoping we'll get another civil intern in there.
Okay,
Good luck on your last year.
yeah, hopefully you come back and you know how things roll up there, so.
I have a lot to talk to.
Well, good luck on your, what is it you gotta do with your boards?
The bar.
The bar. Good luck. You know, thank you for your service here. Okay. First up, we have Mary Ann, auditor discussion and decision to approve and authorize board resolution 44-25 entitled designate voting representatives for the Iowa State Association of Counties.
So I was contacted by Isaac about a month ago. This is just sort of a pro forma. They want to have on record and keep their records as current as possible as to who we would designate as voting members for each of our respective offices. And they wanted it in resolution form, so.
This has never been done before.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, I'm saying it's never been done
Yeah,
before, and
yeah.
I don't know why non-elected folks, and a lot of them don't even have these departments, counties. You know, I mean, if this was a NACO thing, that'd be a whole different deal, but
Well, you designated basically department heads.
Yes,
I mean, I sit on the ISAC Legislative Committee, and I know that we've got, members of that committee that are like zoning directors
Right.
and, Veterans Affairs.
Yeah.
So they've
No, I
got
get it.
plenty of, I mean, I think maybe the official affiliates are the electeds, you know, like the Treasurers Association, auditors, County Attorneys Association, et cetera. But I think that they, at least I've sat with quite a few. I mean, they've even got, and you're right, some of the smaller counties wouldn't have any of these people, but some have public health, environmental health. I mean, there's,
Oh, yeah.
you know, all those folks.
But we've never done a resolution
Yeah.
for this before. So. What's the,
Well, so who do we appoint or designate?
They're all listed.
so they're all listed. If you go down to the.
I
bottom.
see it.
they just need to, I don't know if they change, we gotta keep it updated, or we just gotta wait till
All
the end of
them.
next year, and
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't know whether we've done this before or not, but it was sent to me and
Is there?
I've never, I guess, I don't know why they didn't send it to all of us.
is it time sensitive? I mean, I think if you want to table it for another week or we certainly could.
Well, it would reach out to Susan and Doug Reed and especially Joe Casson. I mean, we shouldn't be appointing an assessor's representative. They are not affiliated with, quote, Potawatomi County.
Yeah, I mean, but that's fine. We can absolutely table it for another week.
I mean, the reality is, you can do whatever you want with it, but I don't know that this resolution has any particular legal effect. The folks that are voting members as a result of what position they hold. Because Doug Reed is actually on that legislative committee with me. I mean, he's already, you know, the ISAC member for EMA for Pot County because he's the EMA director, he is. So I'm guessing ISAC just wants this because they want a list in their directory. I don't know why they would need a resolution, but that's their call.
None of us get a vote unless we're on a board,
Well, that's what I thought.
you know, and I don't know anybody, well.
You can feel free to appoint whoever you wanted to the Iowa County Attorneys Association, but guess what? I'm the county attorney. I'm the one that gets to vote. So it doesn't really matter. That's what I'm saying. I think for, you know, for most of these, it's sort of a symbol. You've passed those before. It's symbolic resolutions. I would say this is more of just a, hey, heads up, here's who these people are as of this moment in time in Potawatomi County.
Yeah, you know, we shouldn't be appointing Doug Reed either. I mean, that's his call.
Yeah, I don't know where ISAC's coming with this. Maybe we can wait and ask them when we decide when we.
And as you know, there's new leadership there, so that may be part of this, but I'm happy to,
We need to designate voters for NACO is what we need to do.
Sure seemed like a lot of people. I thought we maybe voted one or two in. But
Well, we'll.
check with them in
we'll
2
circle
weeks.
back next week.
Yeah,
And
Put it
we'll
back on the
head that way after next Tuesday too, probably. So we'll just table this until,
okay.
2 weeks.
well, next week we're meeting. We can do it next week if we got some kind of answer what they're looking for.
Okay.
And those people that are, you know, Joe Caston and Doug Reed, I guess. And Iowa County's Public Health Association. I don't know what some of these even are. Yeah, why it's the one there too. We have planning and zoning. They don't even have that on here. I don't know where they come up with these. So. Okay, moving right along. Discussion and or decision on interim engineer and approve and authorize the board to sign resolution 48-25 entitled intern county engineer sharing agreement.
So after the meeting last week, you reached out to some of the counties, Scott.
The first one I called said yes, so. I didn't really reach out much after that.
Okay, so that's Mills County and
Yeah,
you can start immediately. Or as soon as their board approves it as
yeah, yep. It's my understanding. We
How
haven't-
much,
We haven't heard anything different, have we?
how much an hour?
That's what we gotta wait and hear from them. I assume it's gonna be similar to what we did with Mills, but I don't know that.
Or similar with Harrison.
I mean, it's Harrison, excuse me. That's what this agreement is, basically Harrison's agreement that we had with Harrison in reverse with Mills.
We can't approve it today with blanks in it, but we need to get it approved as quickly as possible.
We can approve it as subject to the blanks getting approved, can't we? And then have it for next time. Resolution.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I mean, it sort of feels to me like the blanks are, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I feel like the blanks are sort of the important part, like how much
Right.
is, how much time and how much cost is it going to be? We sort of need to know those answers.
Well, should we put not to exceed in here and then, see what comes back? 'Cause we got the numbers from,
If we
Harrison.
put in the numbers from Harrison and approve that one and Mills County wants to change it, then we could always amend later. That's what I would do, is put in our numbers, what we want, and approve it if you want to get it approved today.
okay,
I don't think putting not to exceed is a good idea. It would be better to have our suggestion at least.
okay.
That way, if they need to change it or they're not agreeable to it, then
I don't have that Harrison one in front of me.
I think it's in the folder. Put it in the Teams folder. But I have those numbers if you'd like.
Okay. I don't know what do they meet on Tuesday?
I think 8 a.m. on Tuesdays.
Well, they meet at night too.
Once a month. You have those numbers, Kristen?
Working on it. Didn't have it printed out. Do we want to go through each blank? Or how would you
Sure,
like to?
whichever way.
So obviously, we fill in all of the counties as Mills County.
Well, if you take a look at the first one, you know, if it was approved today, um, we could enter into the agreement, but by Friday, possibly with Mills. What day is Friday?
Friday is the
15th.
15th.
15th? So that,
Yeah.
on the first blank, we would have today's date, which is the 12th. Is that right? Yeah, 12th. Next blank,
You can go 90 days, so that'd be November 13th or 14th.
August 15th, and
Oh, November
and ending on 12/31 of 25.
Can we do a 6-month interim?
I mean, I think we can, but we did 90 days with Harrison.
I'd like to think we're gonna have an engineer by then.
We could always renew it also if it gets close to the 90 days and we haven't.
All right, would we do 90? What does that put us? Then did you say?
November 13th.
All right. So that's 11/13 for that blank.
I've just filled in all of the blanks for the county as Mills County, so we can skip those.
On that second, on the second paragraph. Reimburse Mills County for $100 an hour.
That with the,
The Harrison County was 150 an hour, but the
I would
board's
say
decision.
150 then.
And we're at 150.
Where we were before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Mills County shared status salary. Is there a dollar amount, Kristen, in that next, in 2B?
The same 150.
Better have put those in and just shouted them.
That's Mills again. The next one I have is 5.
5 hours a week.
No, I'm still on paragraph 5.
Out of 4 hours allocation.
Oh, sorry, I don't have a blank on that one. It looks like I have one that's filled out that says 8 hours per week.
I think it's gonna be at least 10 hours per week.
That's what I had. Just put in there 10 hours. If it doesn't, they don't make 10 hours, they don't make 10 hours.
Right.
And then I have the,
2 hour minimum.
2-hour minimum.
If he shows up, it's, does half an hour's worth of work, it's a 2 hour.
Right.
Well, it's recorded in, that's where it's kind of weird. It's recorded in quarter-hour increments. So I guess the quarter hours would start after the minimum 2 hours, so.
Looks like that's the last blank, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything else is just new.
We're okay with filling that in? I'll move it then.
Second. And I would propose that if Mills County finds these terms unacceptable, that we have a special meeting Thursday or Friday, so we can get this interim in place.
What everybody's availability is. Any other discussion?
I'm good.
I really appreciate the fact that Mills County is willing to step up and help us fill this void.
Same boat, so. We're in Western Iowa. So, with no further discussion, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Do you want to get those to Jeanette, Kristen, so we can have that resolution? Pardon? Okay, thank you. Discussion and decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution 4525 entitled resolution authorizing the county interim engineer to close secondary roads for construction or maintenance.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Okay, resolution number 4625 entitled resolution to authorize the county interim engineer to administer and manage contracts for the secondary roads department, certify completion papers and make final acceptance of contract work using local farm to market and federal aid funds.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Chairman Belt.
Aye.
Supervisor Shea.
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman. Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller.
Aye.
Okay, resolution 47-25 entitled resolution to authorize the county interim engineer to issue and sign special permits for the movement of vehicles, excess size and weight's not spelled right, upon Potawatomi County secondary roads.
So moved.
Second.
That require, I think you heard to sign that.
The way that they've been operating, it requires an engineer, a licensed engineer to review the permit. And any of these three office staff members are authorized then to approve the permit. It's all through database, and it just works more efficiently having somebody in the office that can approve them once the engineer has signed off on them.
Are these the ones that those, how do they designate that he signed off on them when those other people had the authority to sign them?
They did not approve the permit unless they had a verbal or written from the engineer telling them it was okay.
It's not written, it's not documented, it's just a verbal?
Um, They needed to have an engineer approve it before they felt comfortable doing it. So I'm not sure how they operated. I don't know what their,
That sounds pretty loosey-goosey to me. What does the law actually require
No
for those,
clue.
for those permits?
No clue.
So,
Code's this big.
so should we
You gotta
just,
get more than 2 seconds.
so should we just leave it to the, well, we'd need a document from the interim engineer and then showing that he would allow these folks to, sign in his behalf, I guess.
I think all you're looking for, this engineer, is to give them the legal authority to sign it. You have to trust that they're gonna follow the law as far as the engineering code themselves. That's my position.
I mean, a lot of the permit
If you don't-
that,
Yeah, if you don't approve it today, then you're gonna be stuck in the same boat where you don't have anybody that has
No, no.
authority to sign these. So you sort of gotta get this going and trust that they will, as they have been for the past, I think, 20 years, that they're gonna follow the code.
Well, it's not a problem till it's a problem.
What's that? Well, I don't disagree. If they don't
Yeah.
follow it, then there are sanctions, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Questions I would have, doesn't the Iowa DOT have to provide a permit for oversized vehicles in any road in Iowa? No?
No,
I'm saying, don't ask me, I'm not,
they just do the highways.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I think we already had the motion, do we?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no other discussion? Roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
I,
Supervisor Shea,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Sure.
Okay. Discussion and or decision to approve and authorize board chair to sign an HGM proposal number 0007225-121 for the Boomer Bridge Replacement Construction Management with Potawatomi County of Iowa.
I'm wondering why we need these guys to do this. What's that about?
Well, because it involves federal and state funds.
Isn't that what the interim engineer should be doing?
He can't come and oversee that project.
yes, he can. What we just hired him to do.
No,
Um,
okay.
we approved this, project back in April of 2024, for DOT federal aid funding. January 14th, 2025, our board approved the project plans for 1.4 million. And then on April 29th, 2025, we approved resolution 23-2025 to award the contract to Dixon Construction out of Correctionville, Iowa for 1,439,785.29. And the county engineer was authorized to sign all contracts. This project was already assigned in-house, and we had project managers that were doing the contract work and prepared to do the work oversight. It was already in flight. I'm just concerned what message this is sending to the staff out there. We are staffed in-house for this project, and the interim engineer is qualified to provide oversight until we hire a full-time qualified engineer. This is an additional cost to the taxpayers. It's for $57,877, and will this be paid from the Board of Supervisor budget? It's not included in the project funding. The DOT federal aid funding agreement prohibits reimbursement for admin cost, engineering, and inspection. And the county pays 100% of non-eligible project cost. So the requirement of DOT federal aid funding agreement for the county to be responsible for the design of the project, which has been done. The start date is August 25th, 2025, which is just a couple of weeks away, with an end date of June 15, 2026. According to the HGM contract that I reviewed, they've assigned 14 hours to pre-construction phase to include attending a pre-construction meeting with contractor and other parties involved, and to review and comment on the construction schedule. So the project is ready to go August 25th, but so these 14 hours aren't necessary for this contract. It makes me wonder, well, I just don't, I'm going to make a motion to deny the contract for the bridge construction. I think we can do it all in-house. I think the work's already been teed up. I know we have an interim engineer who can oversee the work. And that's my motion.
I'd second that.
Okay, discussion?
I think we need to save a little money here.
The, we have Steve Moffett with us with HGM. In my discussion with them, interim engineer is not gonna have the time to run this project, run it correctly, do the A slips or whatever you call them. Steve, will you help me out with that?
Yeah, I sure will.
Roz?
I'm Steve Moffett with HGM Associates. And what Board Member Wickman's talking about is there's paperwork including daily reports, there's weekly reports, there are pay estimates, contractor pay estimates. So that's a list of all of the quantities on the project, which I believe that particular one has probably about 40 different line items. And as they're included in the project, those line items, the Pot County staff members that you're talking about that will be manning this project, they'll be doing the full-time manning of the project. They'll actually be out there anytime the contractor is working. They'll be keeping track of those quantities, but they're not a registered engineer in the state of Iowa. The staff members aren't. And there's a blank on that form for a registered engineer to sign off on those quantities being in place and being done in accordance with the plant specifications. The downside of it is if you don't have that kind of oversight, the possibility of losing those federal funds, of not being reimbursed for the federal funds, exists. And so that's why the DOT wants to have an engineer sign off on it. Now, can the interim engineer do it? Yes. We've estimated that during construction phase, it's about an hour and a half a day for oversight by one of our engineers. That's what we would typically do if we were staffing it in the field. We would have the engineer at about an hour and a half a day, and the staff member would be full-time 8 to 10 hours a day, which is what the Pot County staff is going to do. Does the interim engineer have time to do that? That's, my math is not great. I'm an engineer, but it's not great. 7.5 hours a week. I think you guys have approved 10 hours a week for the interim engineer. So most of his time is going to be locked up really just working on this project. And that's the service that we'll be providing. The pre-construction phase, the 10 hours, that's to review plans, review shop drawing submittals, attend the pre-construction meeting, and sign off on the schedule, which the schedule is a little bit different too, because there's going to be a free winter work period that's allowed. It's not just a schedule where you go in and start and work until you're done. Have I answered all the questions?
Well, real quick, remind me, what is the cost of this project and what kind of money would we might not be getting reimbursed for? Do you have that
Well,
information?
I don't have all of the details. The cost of the project is approximately $1.4 million. I don't have the contract in front of me. I'm not sure.
The 1.4 was for just the bridge construction. It doesn't include all the oversight. So I think $1.8 million is what it was originally.
$1.8 million. And then I'm not sure what the federal funding agreement is, but typically it's 80% federal, 20% local. I don't know exactly what this particular agreement is, but there's a significant amount of money that it's in jeopardy if all of the i's are not dotted and t's are crossed.
That has happened.
Yeah, it, also, if you look at, that was a not to exceed number. And if we're fortunate enough to get Mills County to, sign off on that $150 an hour, the majority of the work that's being proposed by HGM is at $155 an hour. So it's, would be asking an awful lot for an interim engineer to run this project. I think we're better served, money saved, moving forward with HGM on this particular project. All of, any of the other ones that are coming down the road, which won't be too much longer, hopefully we'll have an engineer in place to handle those.
How will money be saved on this? I'm not understanding that comment.
Well, we're at $150 an hour. If he has to come down here daily and sign agreements at $2 an hour or 2 hour minimum at 150. If it takes him longer, it's gonna cost more. We got a not to exceed number with this project.
Jake will not be willing, he told me right off the bat, to, we're gonna need to take most of the stuff to him that needs approved or signed. He doesn't want to have that kind of involvement to oversee a project of this nature.
Well, then we hired the wrong interim engineer.
No, we did.
I got a question. Was there anybody else that bid on this, or are we just giving them a blanket $57,877? Haven't heard from any other engineering firms.
We could put it out for an RFP.
I'd like
but-
to.
But the clock's running,
We
so.
don't have, we don't have
I get
time.
it.
We don't have time for that.
So
We've
how are
known
we,
about this a long time.
how are we gonna fund it? Out of our budget? It's not in the secondary road budget.
Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there is a line item in the secondary road budget for outside
Contracted services.
contracted services.
Yeah, without doubt he uses.
I have trouble with just blanket giving it to HGM. I do. If they come in at the best price, then I'm okay with it.
They're due to start.
I get it.
and
I
they'll
get
be
it.
liquidated
We've had
damages
2.5
coming with
months to
that.
figure this out. Now we're up against the wall.
All right, well, we have a motion on the floor, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Motion to deny.
We have a second.
Roll call?
Chairman Belt,
Nay.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
I'm very concerned about losing, reimbursement funds, so I'm an A.
Supervisor Shea,
I'm very concerned about just choosing a number and going with one company. So I am yes on denying.
Supervisor Miller,
I'm an aye. I think we still have a contract outstanding for the courthouse construction with HGM that hasn't been resolved yet.
Supervisor Wickman,
Nay. Scott, with that, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with HGM for the Boomer 19 bridge.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Those are two different items, Susan. This has nothing to do with construction of a building or any of those types of items that we still have withstanding.
It speaks to terms and contracts.
Yeah, well, we let our legal people handle that. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Chairman Belt,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Nay.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Shea,
Nay.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Okay. Next up, discussion and or decision on a date for the ISAC 99 county tour. Everybody's flavor.
I like the October date,
Okay.
Tuesday afternoon after.
Tuesday
board
after our
meeting.
meetings. Anyone else?
That is also primary day for, Council Bluffs, just as an FYI.
Nobody goes to.
Just giving you calendar update, that's all.
I'll make a motion. We do October 7th.
I'd go along with that. Second.
Discussion. It was, is it from 3 to something, 3 to 5:30 or?
I think it can be whatever we want.
Well, it's in the afternoon. They're gonna be somewhere in the mornings, I thought.
I think they said Tuesday afternoon, and then there'll be one on, they'll
Tuesday
visit two
afternoon.
other counties.
Tuesday afternoon, and then visit Shelby County on Wednesday morning, Harrison County on Wednesday afternoon. So, visit Pot County on Tuesday afternoon. And then visit Shelby. So hour and a half to 2 hours. And not missing set time, so. We'll get that next week, I guess. Okay, time go. But the 7th it is. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Discussion and or decision to establish a hiring committee for the human resource director position.
I'd like to be on that.
Everybody kind of got that, email and, I think the name of the game was they didn't want any elected officials on it, so. Brian, you replied to that email and said it was a good plan. Susan
I
said,
did.
sounds like a great plan to me. And I think that, the recommendation for the hiring committee is Garfield Coleman, Matt Wyatt, Mitch Kai, Steve Winchell, and Jamie Barron. So that would be my motion, Scott.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? I would really like to consider, the amount and number of employees, that we have down at the treasurer's department, if she would be willing to put a designee in there. And, if Winchell's gonna represent 911, I guess that's okay. In that sense. But, those are the people that have, a lot of employees, a lot of need for employees.
But you need them to amend the motion.
My motion was who was recommended and, I'm gonna stick with it. I mean, get it too big,
Anything done?
no, you're never gonna get anything done.
Well, I did,
There's 5 people on it now, so even if, they all didn't agree on who to, move forward for a board interview,
but we're having,
it can't be a tie.
okay, then it's coming to us, is what you're telling me?
Yep. They'll take care of the initial interviews, comes to us for the final one.
Sure.
The final one or the top two?
Well, what it says, well, whatever they recommend. I mean, kind of up to them. Says board members will be involved in the final interview. Or, now is that supposed to be plural? Or does the interview mean for each candidate they move forward?
I think historically, we've interviewed the top two.
I think that would probably be something that they need to, maybe it'll be 3 or 5. Who knows?
Okay, any other discussion?
Are we gonna do something similar for the engineer position?
It's not on the agenda, so I can't really go into that. No other discussion?
I'm good.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Those opposed, like sign. Hearing none, motion passes. Discussion and or decision regarding addendum to the resignation and acceptance and release agreement for Jana Limerick.
I will take the lead on this, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Do you all have copies of that? Well, I know Jeanette said she was gonna put them in your packet. Do you have those?
Yes.
Okay. So, just to give some background, because I know this is obviously a topic of public concern. As you all know, I did not negotiate, the terms between, Jana and the board, with regard to her resignation, acceptance, or release. But I was the one that put those terms into writing. I was the one that memorialized them. And sort of going through that process, I received about a half dozen, sort of similar agreements from, one of our attorneys that's assisted us from ICAP, which, is our insurance defense counsel. I took the terms that had been negotiated and I took those severance agreements and I sort of put together, what I thought was hopefully the best, most comprehensive, agreement based on, sort of that, that understanding. One term that had been agreed upon by the board and Jana pertained with her agreeing that she would remain basically on call during the transition phase, that she would assist in the training and onboarding of a new HR director, and that she would assist if necessary with onboarding and applications of seasonal employees. As we know, here in a couple of months, Crescent Hill is going to be ramping up with probably a couple hundred applications, and we've got a brand new HR assistant, so I think there was some concerns about that. I sort of assumed erroneously that that would be just dealt with informally. However, at least one board member and also our county auditor questioned the agreement initially because the terms of the agreement do say that she would turn in all of her equipment on August 1st and she'd be done, right? It mentioned nothing about assisting going forward. And so I'll take the heat on that one. It's just an agreement term that I did not memorialize in writing. So now that that has been raised, that's what the purpose of this addendum is to add that term that you had previously agreed upon. So just to sort of go through this so people understand, and I understand as soon as you agree with this, this will be something that's going to be available to anyone who wants to look at it anyway. But the agreement really doesn't change financially for the county. She will still be receiving the same biweekly payments. What it clarifies is that she continues in a paid administrative leave status for at least 2 months, no longer than through the extent the end of her contract, which is June 30th. That the actual termination date will be mutually agreed upon by the parties in writing. This board authorizes the chairman to sign that in agreement with Jana once that transition has taken place. That she would remain in an on-call status with the county throughout the paid administrative leave. And that during the transitional period, she agrees to make herself reasonably available to the county to assist with onboarding and training of the incoming HR director, that she will support the onboarding process for seasonal employees in the fall and or winter, and she will ensure a smooth transition of institutional knowledge, documentation, and access credentials. She will not assist or participate in any union negotiations. She will also not be asked to assist other departments. Say you've got an issue with discipline in an office or something along those lines, she would not be requested to do those things. That she may continue to have access to county email systems, her laptop, phone, etc. She agrees to safeguard those during this on-call period, and then once that is over with, she agrees to deactivate all credentials and return all property to the county. That every other term that was already in effect remains. And that's basically it. So it's a fairly short addendum, but I think this will hopefully clarify that term. Once we get a new HR director onboarded and get through the seasonal onboarding process, then I would anticipate she will indicate, our new HR director will indicate that they no longer need, assistance, and then we can come upon a mutually agreed upon date where she would just simply be, off of administrative leave at that point and just receive the payout, as is currently. So, do you have any questions for me about that? Again, I apologize for not putting that in the original agreement. I know that's something that was discussed. I went back and listened to a recording to make sure it was, and it was. So I just did not put that in the original agreement.
The hiring up there for part-time employees, that's quite a process. Certainly, I would say that I would like to see somebody with some experience help in that process. That's me. I mean, at one time, I thought I heard that there were 300 and some applicants. Okay, that's a lot of resumes to go through, applications to go through. And if you don't really know what you're looking for, and don't have experience with filling those positions, I'm gonna say that'd be hard pressed to get that job done. And
I haven't spoken with Mary, but I have heard that she's a little nervous about that process herself. If she had to do that by herself right now without the assistance of a director especially, I think that would probably be pretty overwhelming for her.
And I kind of concur that out there, it's a lot of underage hiring. So
Right.
the age demographic is a big deal because you have to follow the state and federal when it comes to hiring and how much time they can work, stuff like that.
Well, I'd be in favor of your proposal. That's where I'm at.
Are you making a motion or?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign, hearing none, motion passes.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to give this to you to sign if you could, and then I will get this to Janet to sign as well, hopefully today.
Let me put today's date on it.
Sure. Well,
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Updates, Jeff?
No updates.
Okay, Brian?
I was at the VA last week. And one other meeting and I didn't write it down.
They, mentioned where they were at with the van.
It's still not here. It's getting outfitted and they haven't received it yet.
Still in Mexico?
I think it's here,
Oh, okay,
but it's getting outfitted.
okay. Tim?
The only thing I would ask, Brian and Jeff, you're on the VA. You're in the liaison to the veterans. What are we doing as far as, electing? There's two members, I believe their terms expired. What are we doing with
They're
that?
not expired yet. I think they're coming up real quick.
30th expire.
Well, they expired June 30th.
I think so.
Which two are up? Is
Mick.
Mick up?
Mix up and,
A doctor, is it?
no, I can't think of that guy's name.
Yeah.
Is, Wallace? See ya?
I was just told
What's his
about it.
name? Not Paul.
Oh,
We need to get someone on there, a couple of them, so
well, why don't you guys, one of you reach out to Peggy and see where she's at with that
All right.
process.
We typically post those
Right,
through NeoGov that we have open.
should be able to get that. Susan?
I don't have any committee reports, but I'd like to have us talk as a group what the plan is for the county engineer. We had a second applicant. I don't know.
I'd like to bring him back in myself.
I have a problem with no, rural road.
Wait.
Yeah, everyone, I know where the wait is going, and that's that this is not on the agenda, so I probably concur.
You know, and
I'm not saying it's not a good idea to put it on the agenda, but it's not on right now.
that candidate, requested a closed session. So anything, you need to be extremely careful if you're gonna say anything, and I agree with Matt, today is not the day for that.
Well, we'll put it on the agenda for discussion next week, or maybe later this week. If we need to try to get back together again. Do we have any public comment over there in Garfield?
No.
Yes.
No.
You want to speak?
And then just get it to me.
We know where you're going.
Veronica Burson, 14966 Galen Drive, Council Bluffs, Iowa, 51503. I've been watching the circus unfold since the day that the majority of the board voted to not renew John Rasmus' contract, and have sat back and listened, being satisfied until now to let others speak on behalf of our community. To see the manifestation of self-serving decision-making based upon which I'm sure were conversations held privately by the minority of the board members is evidence that the goals, values, and direction that you hold are divorced from the reality of the needs of our community. Despite the minority's best efforts to correct your wrongdoings, some of which are clearly not legal, you have instead dug your heels in, refusing to exercise any modicum of humility. You have proven yourselves to be embarrassing representatives of our community, behaving haughtily and petulantly when faced with the reality of the mess that you've created. In reading the release agreement signed July 17th, 2025, by the previous HR director and Scott Belt, it is unconscionable that someone would choose to pay out over $112,000 in addition to paying out their time off accruals and providing full benefits for almost a year to not work. Even more inexplicable is the fact that they were the subject of a no confidence letter signed off by the top elected officials of this county. What makes this release agreement and the terms therein laughable is that now, under mounting scrutiny, you've slapped a flimsy label of administrative leave to use as a guide from which you hide behind. It's like putting a filthy Band-Aid on a festering sore. Joining these and other seemingly unrelated events into context, your lack of integrity is incomparable. It takes little to no effort for one to realize that there is a bigger picture than what our community is seeing. You're sorely mistaken if you believe that your unrepentantly gross execution of authority will continue unchecked. On a personal and professional level, I'm not sure how anyone can take you seriously at this point. You've spent our community's money freely by way of preventing the receipt of millions of dollars of federal funding for road projects, choosing litigation instead of correcting your negligent errors, and now you're siphoning money from our citizens to pay someone who is no longer performing job duties in any meaningful way for this county. What a great opportunity you've afforded for the previous HR director to be carried to the finish line of being vested in IPERS and ensuring they remain whole financially. If only you would make the same considerations for the employees that currently serve our community. Where was this generosity when our public safety employees spoke to you on many occasions on the difficulty of recruitment and retention? It is quite apparent that there is a line between the majority and the select few. You have tarnished the reputation of this county, and you have stolen peace from the employees and our community through your absolute feral behavior. How thoroughly embarrassing for you. May our community find our fire indeed by using our voices and our votes to ensure people pay attention and take action so that justice is served. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Mary Ann, can I just email that to you or? I'll finish filling it
No.
out.
Just fill it out.
No, there's no. all have their own opinions. Okay. Need a motion to adjourn? Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, like sign. We are adjourned.
Who made the